I gave. I don't remember when my last Genshin stream was. This morning though. I want to put a little bit of distance between myself and streaming just because I've gotten to a stage where it feels wrong to play a game without streaming it now, and it's actually kind of harming my experience. It's starting to feel like fucking Scourging's gaming. If no one's around to watch the gaming, did it really happen? It's actually disrupting my experience. I'm trying to actually play games without streaming now. And so earlier, I went through all of Lantern Light. I hadn't done anything in Lantern Light until today, so I had 2 story quests to do, and a bunch of activities. I went through all of them. From Lyra Selector, I chose Yao Yao, because I rationalised the only characters I'm missing here are Ningguang and Gaming. In fact, the only 4 stars I'm missing are Ningguang, Gaming, Mika, and is that it? And Razor, of course, because I just don't care about this boy. What the fuck? See, I chose Yao Yao because her C2 gives lots of energy, and so that means we don't need to build her for as much energy, which means more EM, which means more damage. I played through Lantern Light Quest. If you looked at my upload today, you would know that. I posted all of Garnyu's scenes, and I was not going to get Garnyu's costume, because at first I didn't like it, but with the added context of that scene and also actually getting to see it in game, yeah, I bought it. I like it. Got Xing Cho's skin as well. His Farina cosplay. It has to be intentional. It has to be, because it is really, really similar. It's not just, oh, this resembles, this is actually very similar design tenets here. Let's actually do a direct comparison. Right, so white shorts. A little dangly thing there. Turning around the back, we have like those blue thingies there. Let's look at Farina. Oh, we have blue thingies, but they're going the opposite direction. We have a little like tie, bow kind of thing there. Farina has something there. It's not quite the same. It's not quite the same, but it's still there. Both of them are kind of like a casual suit like that. They both have little buttons down the side. Both of them have a curved thing going over their shoulder like that. Yep. Hell, they even both have little metal-looking accents on the back there, which you can barely see on Farina. Does Xingqiu always have his hair tied up like that? No, so he always has his hair tied up. Which Farina doesn't. He also has those little like bows on the back. Which Farina doesn't, but he kind of matches her aesthetic. Nope, those are bows. Yeah, so they also have bows in the same spot. This feels like it was an alternate, like, rejected design concept for Farina. This is extremely similar. Extremely similar. It has to be intentional in some way.
Let's go get ourselves some answers.
A very interesting development today. My Nahida build changed for the first time since AR20. Nahida has had pretty much the exact same build. Did you hear? Oh, I can check.
Add Astra.
Adventure rank rewards. We go back. That's 51. Okay. I mean, 51 was like a lot of months ago now. That's probably like 9 months ago. That, Nikita still has it equipped. Still there. To this day. So my Nahida build hasn't changed in a long time. But I finally got her Deepwood set. She has lost a lot of EM, and it is noticeable. It does cut down on her skill damage, but goddamn, this crit ratio. This is disgusting. Obviously, that's not 40%. Due to her passive, 608 EM. So this is 608, so it's about 408. So plus 408 EM. 408 times 0.03. Is 12. It's more than 12% crit. So she's more likely to crit than not. She has a slightly better crit rate than. Yes, slightly better crit rate than Hu Tao currently has. So it's not the best, but it's there. My intention, this is her circlet right now. I am thinking I will replace this with an EM circlet, because that's what I had before. This is what I had beforehand. Unfortunately, the circlet does have 79 EM on it, which means an EM circlet won't actually be as much of an upgrade. So if I want an EM circlet, it's gonna need to have a crit rate and crit damage on it, really, to make up for it. Some of these artifacts are fucking busted. That's 17.9 times 2, that's 35.8 crit value. That's 42.8 crit value. This is a incredibly strong artifact. This is insanely strong. That's fucking insane. I got this today. I've been hanging on to this for a while. This is also an extremely good artifact. 10.5 times 2 is 21. Plus for 24.9, let's be generous, to make it 25. That's 46, was that? 46 crit value. That's fucking crazy as well. This artifact is less crazy, only like a 25 or 26 crit value, but it is an EM sand, and it also has attack and ER on it. And Nahida doesn't dislike attack. She prefers EM, but I mean, it's an EM main stat anyway. So, I mean, attack is still better than HP or defense or anything like that. Attack is attack. So damage boost is damage boost. So, a solid goblet is not as good as her previous goblet. Unfortunately, because I got several rolls into attack, and it doesn't have EM on it. So maybe I'll get an improvement on this goblet. Maybe I won't. Who knows? And the circlet is fine. But I finally have a Deepwood set on Nahida, so this does, I've done some testing on it, this does improve her damage, her personal damage, but because of the EM loss, this is an EM loss of like, actually I can just compare it, so I still have the old artifacts, I didn't get rid of them. Actually, I have screenshots. What did I just swap? I took screenshots of before and after. I don't think this will show on stream, right. So before we had 867 EM. So this is 259? Can I do maths? I think 259 EM loss. That is a chunk. That is a chunk of EM loss. And of course, this is a chunk of damage lost from that, but the crit damage here makes up for it. So it is a damage increase. Unfortunately, it isn't a massive one, just because of that EM loss, so I would like to make that back. The best way to do that is to get an EM circlet, and then have the EM circlet have crit rate and crit damage on it. That way we can get this to probably be like 65, 130. That would be a good split. That would probably be better than it is now, just because it's a little bit inconsistent. Because I want better crit rate than we do currently have, like a 53% crit rate-ish we have. Definitely do want better than that. Like his 60 or above. Who's how with her current 52 feels inconsistent at times. Regardless, this is really good. And of course, the thing is, the Hyper Bloom damage doesn't scale with her, it scales with Yai, who today I maxed out her sack frag, and I leveled up her flower to give her a little bit more EM. So today Yai gained like 30 EM or something. So my Hyper Bloom damage today has gone up. And Ganyu now looks extremely pretty. Because of Ganyu here, I want Shenhe again now. People are now saying Nervalet's going to rerun next patch, which is not great. They want Nervalet C1. 10 fates, 28 wishes, so 38 wishes. Yeah? Yeah. And I have 32 pity, so I currently have 70 wishes, yes. So I have more than enough to like secure a character. It's like I now want to get Shenhe for Ganyu. But now just the question is, can I get Shenhe and Nilou and Nervalet? I don't know if I would prefer Nervalet C1 or Shenhe. I think Shenhe is also good for Ayaka, who I want to get in the future as well. And potentially future Crow unit, maybe. But obviously, if I ever get him. Nervalet C1 would be very nice to get. Because I do run Nervalet with Karina primarily. But it's not 100% necessary, because when I run him in that team, he still works very well without C1 or Shielder. So that team is Nervalet, Karina, Nahida, Yai. It works very well. What else is there? I kicked Noelle out of the followed characters. Because I regret investing into her at all. Lantern Light awards are very generous. So many XP books now. Yeah, my top priority character to pull is still Nilou. After that, I can't decide between Shenhe and Nervalet C1. Where is Shenhe? Now, I like that Shenhe's damage boost isn't her base attack, it's just her overall attack. And her signature weapon is, was it Storm Queller? It's a really high base attack weapon, it has like 800 base attack or something, so it just gives her the maximum possible attack. Really good for her. I'm not gonna get it. This also gives a Vez Shred, Crow damage bonus. Okay, Forgot that she has 2 separate damage boosters for charge stacks. Right. And because there's a trigger quota, it might actually be good to not use Garni's Burst to her. But I mean, yeah, she's stacking a lot of damage bonuses here. A lot. And I hope that damage bonus applies pre-crit and elemental res and everything. If it applies before, then that does mean it is a fucking chunky boost. Now that res shred has to go up with talent level, surely. Just 6% is not a lot. It is fucking nothing. That's only 3% on most enemies, probably. Because I really want Shenhe now to actually make a really good Garnu team. I do have Garnu Melt, which works. Obviously not quite as well now when Nahida has less EM. But obviously this team lacks comfort from not the best healer and no shielder. But because I have Zhangling C4, I've been feeling like I could just run John Lee instead. Because the entire point of running Nahida, or the main point of running Nahida, is just to get burned, so you have really consistent cryo application. Effectively, I think this would mean that you don't want to use Garni's Burst, pretty much. Because Garni's Burst will then trigger melts and then steal them from your regular hits. Whereas if you're using Nahida, you can then use Garni's Burst and just get loads of bonus damage from that. Of course, I've tried using Kivara with it, just as like testing. Her C4 does not give enough Dendra application. Her burst, I think, would, but it's her burst, and so it has a limited AoE. But yeah, so running John Lee, also of course Nahida gives a massive EM boost, which greatly boosts Garnu's damage here. With Nahida, at least Nahida's former high EM build, Garnu Melt hit 100k per shot, which is really fucking good. That's really good. I mean, not according to other people. Other people would say that's bad, but that's because they're fucking whales. Yao Yao might do better. But the main problem I have with this team, quite frankly, is it just isn't comfy to run in the overworld. Obviously, just because of what characters are involved here. All of these characters have bad energy economies. All of them. Yeah. I don't know why people say Nahida has a good energy economy. She has a really bad one in my experience. Like how Fischl. Everyone says Fischl has a great energy economy. No, she doesn't. Fischl has a fucking awful energy economy. I run her with like 200 ER and she still struggles to get her burst back each rotation. It's awful. Yeah, so there's things I'm working on. I'm trying to cook. Kokumi is ready for Ascension. Anyway, the reason why I actually started this stream is I just want to do some exploration.
So nice to de-stress.
I was thinking maybe do like an hour or two of exploration on here, and I might go eat some Marmite crackers, and then go stream Star Rail maybe? Because it's been ages since I last streamed Star Rail, but I haven't stopped playing it. Technically, I haven't done any quests. I've literally just been spending resin. I think it's a good idea to do the quests, because I feel like the quests will just lead us around to where I haven't been. Also, the world quests probably unlock the place where I can use the special Colai things. Ah.
Beautiful treasures are a cause for great happiness.
That's probably supposed to be an introduction to his puzzles. Yes, I've already done quite a lot here. I've heard that the quest to unlock this area is very short. I've heard people say it's like 30 minutes, it's not like the R&R. Because the Lantern Light quest was so much fun so far. Yeah, seeing the Cloud Retainer hang out with Ganyu and Shenhe is just lovely. It was also surreal to see Yao Yao in game. When Yao Yao appeared in the event, I got like the event pop up to say Yao Yao. Here's a description of a character, and I was like, "Fuck!" Because I've had Yao Yao for like ages. I've had Yao Yao for probably like 6 months, and the game doesn't. If the game acts like I haven't met her before, which technically I haven't met her in game before, but I know who she is. I've got her to level 79. I saw that viewpoint. I'm not reading this. I'm sorry, Genshin. I don't trust you to write good dialogue, so I'd rather just skip. It is hilarious to me that people are asking. What? It's hilarious to me that people are asking quite en masse for a skip button. Just because, like, we all know that they're not going to get better at writing the dialogue, so they might as well just skip it. Which is really sad, because Genshin again has brilliant fucking characters. So if they can just
We're way behind schedule.
fucking bring their dialogue writing up to scratch, it would be really good. And it's specifically their dialogue writing, their actual, like, their regular writing is good. And dialogue writing is extremely hard, so I really respect well-written dialogue. But, like, Genshin's dialogue is mostly bad. There is some really good dialogue, but some is also really fucking bad. And most of the bad stuff is just side quests and shit. But it does get annoying. What? Rock piles smashed. West, north, and east. Isn't it north like this? Pretty sure the game has said that before. Okay, so this is west. John, we've wasted half our time. Okay.
Stabilize.
We might be able to make it yet. Okay, that was west. North. It's north like right here. Okay, so that's west. North should be... that's... okay. So it was over there. I'm an idiot. Okay. Also, I really like that basically bending every character into Zhao. That explosion. Oh. Okay, and the last one... oh, right here. Am I like really stupid now? I know.
One man's stone is another man's gem.
I really want another Hu Tao outfit. Leakers are saying John Lee's getting an outfit, which feels kind of random. We saw a really cool promo art, but we see so much cool promo
We're way
art
behind
outfits.
schedule.
Honestly, the game should have more outfits. I don't know why we don't do it, because it probably makes them a lot of money. It's a really easy way to make a lot of money, because these outfits are not hard to design. Well, relative to other things, not hard. Maybe this isn't a job for Gon. I guess it is now.
Right here. Right now. Rest and rebuild! Access denied.
I've actually heard from the Melee Mains subreddit that in Melee teams you actually want Kokomi to be your DPS, and it should actually be Kokomi triggering most of your blooms, which is not what I expected. I was thinking it would be Nahida. But I was feeling that kind of from my experience, which is why I definitely want the maxed out sack frag, which I now have. So I want to make a EM build for Kokomi. There was a time puzzle as well. Because I have a lot of geo sigils. A lot. I really need more right now, but I don't know if I need these for anything else. Is this a T?
Next on the agenda.
I got into an argument with some arsehole a little while back. Because they were saying that Wanderer is the best exploration character. Oh no, they were saying Yelan was the best exploration character. And of course, what I say is that I can't speak for Wanderer, because I don't have it. But what I can say for Yelan is that she just allows you to do things you can already do but faster. Whereas John Lee and Kazuha, and probably Wanderer as well, allow you to do entirely new things. Like, Kazuha has actually earned me Primogems. You can't say that for Yelan. All she does is allow you to do stuff faster. But Kazuha allows you to solve puzzles you otherwise would struggle to. And so Kazuha actively earns you more Primogems. And so, from that perspective, I say that Kazuha is literally infinitely better.
Beautiful treasures are a cause for great happiness.
They were being an arsehole, I just didn't care about what I was saying. Ganyu, Shenhe, Farina, Jean. That's a good team, right? Oh, there's a ceiling. One thing which concerns me about that team is the energy economy. Because the other great thing about Freeze Ganyu, again, compared to Melt Ganyu, is you can use Ganyu's burst freely. In Melt, you have to worry about it taking away your melts on your main shots. But in Freeze, this is a good thing. Go for it. But just is G nerd? I mean, yeah, the energy economy on that. I mean, Mono Cryo will give Shen had an 80 energy cost though, didn't she? So you just want to build her for maximum attack. I don't know if you're... Probably wouldn't want to run a ER Sans, probably want to run attack on all three. I mean, I'm running the maths in my head right now and just thinking about it. Yeah, the damage should exceed the melt damage. Or equal it. Because between Farina and Shenhe, that is a more than 100% damage increase on every single shot. And thanks to Jean, that team would have decent comfort. I mean, it's still lacking a shielder. That is Garnia's main problem, is the fact she's vulnerable to interruption. The thing about Garnia, a lot of people hate her, and a lot of people say she's not fun to play. I do think Garnia is really fun to play, unless you start getting interrupted a lot. Because when she is, it massively hurts her damage, and it makes it just way less fun to play. When she works, she's really fun to play. When she doesn't work, she's really fucking annoying. So I get why people say she isn't fun, but I think they're missing the point. And power-wise, it's just a fact that Garnia is still like one of the best damage dealers in the game. You can just look at her raw numbers, she is still fucking top tier, she deals so much damage.
We're way behind schedule.
But, again, like compare her to Neuvillette, or just a lot of the recent DPS characters. She doesn't have any protection, she really needs that interruption resistance.
Next on the agenda.
She has no self-healing like Neuvillette, she doesn't have as much mobility. The one thing she does have is really free rotations, you can just switch to Garnia whenever you feel like. And the only punishment really is if you let 5 seconds go by without shooting a shot. But Garnia is amazing to run in exploration, so much fun.
Perhaps whoever left these behind was also fulfilling a contract.
So, actually, it's stupid to say Garnia doesn't match up to other DPSs in terms of damage, because she does. My Garnia melt absolutely exceeds any of my Neuvillettes builds in terms of damage.
There's nothing wrong with
Easily,
reaping a reward
by
every
far.
now and then.
A single Garnia melt shot exceeds an entire Neuvillette hyper boom damage rotation, pretty much. Meaning, in a Neuvillette rotation, each hit dealing 16,000 damage, you're gonna struggle to make Neuvillette deal more than 16,000 damage per hit. But that's with a really well built Neuvillette, but you get that. Like, you can get him to deal like 30,000 per hit, but that's once you start looking into constellations and his signature weapon. So 16,000 per hit, he hits that maybe... How many times per hit? Yeah. Garnia definitely out-damages him in that. Hyper Bloom's included. Zhangling is there as well, obviously, and Nahida to even out the damage. So Nahida and Zhangling, well, actually Nahida is dealing more damage than she does in the Hyper Bloom team, because she has a burn, and because of her burst, Zhangling will be making her deal more damage.
That was below par.
We're way born of ice and fire. Hold the line. Emerge. Right here.
So yeah, like, Garnia Melt is, strength-wise, extremely powerful. The thing is lacking is comfort compared to other modern teams. Where's Raiden? Can I leave the chest though, please? Oh no, it's one of the big hilly jars.
There's nothing wrong with reaping a reward every now and then.
Yeah, so damage-wise, she more than keeps up with modern teams. Especially, I mean, like, if you're gonna say, oh yeah, well, my Nuvlet's doing 30,000 damage per hit. Alright, let's C6 R5 Garnu, man. Let's actually make it a fair comparison. I mean, I will accept, C6 R5 Nuvlet is more reasonable because he has stronger constellations than Garnu and fits into more
Beautiful
teams.
treasures are a cause for great
But still, we're
happiness.
comparing, right, there's another point here, like, again, Garnu, power-wise, raw strength-wise, absolutely keeps up.
Next
She
on
has
the
not been
agenda.
power crept whatsoever. It's the comfort and everything else, like, overall account value. Garnu is, like, oh, I won't
We're way behind schedule.
argue that Garnu is not a valuable character for an account. I think she is valuable for newer players, because her scaling is just really good for new players. Garnu just deals a lot of damage.
Rest and reap right now.
Her scaling on her fucking arrows is just the highest scaling in the game. And so that just makes her really good for new
Access
players.
denied.
Because it's really easy for them to make her deal a lot of damage. Again, my Garni's been dealing that much damage since like AR30. Unfortunately, she has not really improved much. I see Mora.
We're way behind
I've been here
schedule.
before. It's like a cave quest blast. So I do think Garnu is a good pull for newer players, better than a lot of other characters in that regard. Just because of how high her Frostlake arrow scaling is. But yeah, like Garnu has two teams. Garnu Melt, which has all of its associated problems I've already talked about. Or Garnu Freeze, which is quite a premium team. Top tier Garnu Freeze is now, well, it's 5 stars. 3 of them limited. Especially, that's the other bad thing about Freeze teams, which irritates me about them, is that not only are they very high value teams because of the fact that Shenhe is a 5-star, but also the fact that, like, it's very exclusive. You cannot half-arse a Freeze team or a Freeze team investment.
Born of ice and frost. Allow me. Right here.
And like when you get Shenhe, you don't use Shenhe for anything but a Freeze team. That's the thing which sucks ass. You can only use Shenhe in a Freeze team, you can only use Charlotte in a Freeze team. Garnu only works in either Melt, Hyper Fridge, which is stronger than people give it credit for, or which one haven't I said? Melt, Freeze, Hyper Fridge. So that's the other thing, like the same reason why you don't really want to invest in Itto or Albedo, because the problem investing in Mono Geo is that you're exclusively investing in Mono Geo. When you invest in Nahida, you're investing in Burgeon, Bloom, Hyper Bloom, Quicken. When you invest in Kokomi, you're investing in literally anything Hydro related. That can be fucking anything. Rena is also literally any team. Neuvillette is also literally any team because he's just so flexible. Hu Tao is a restrictive unit. She really likes either Burgeon or Vaporized teams. I've always thought if you could make futile work with Rosaria for Melt. Because Rosaria applies cryo with every tick of her ultimate, apparently. I haven't tested it myself, but apparently that's true. And that should make a good Melt. But, I mean, it's better to just invest in Yolan Xingqiu anyway.
I see everything.
But yeah, that's the annoying thing about freeze teams, is that they demand a lot from you. They don't necessarily even pay you back for that, because on top of all that, they have a massive disadvantage of being fucking useless against bosses. Like, their reaction just straight up doesn't work against bosses, so you lose survivability and damage output. Fucking hell, finally. Right. Where?
Next on
Nice, I like that. Go with intuition. Well, these fuckers, they want to be frozen, actually, don't they? I am suspicious about Ganyu and Shenhe rerun upcoming, because they are overdue for a rerun officially.
Right here.
And these guys like being frozen. And of course, they both just got outfits and got features in them.
Everyone hold it.
So quite frankly, it's surprising that they haven't already done their reruns.
Rest and rebuild. Committed to memory.
Okay. I really like these puzzles. Chain Veil is so
Beautiful
fucking good,
treasures are
actually.
a cause for great
That's
happiness.
the thing about the current Genshin boycott. Apparently it hasn't worked. Apparently I made a lot of money. But also, like, I say, fair enough, kind of. Like, this update is really fucking good. This is one of the best areas they've ever made. Exploration keeps on getting better and better in this game. Now that kind of sucks ass to retro. How's that possible? Why are you here? Are you gonna create an air current for me? No. Fuck. Game. But I think the boycott is unfortunate. So I mean, I don't think we should punish the devs for working hard and making a really good area. So that is effectively all the boycott would achieve. Yeah, the actual developers of Genshin are really fucking good. It's just the fucking banner system, which is just incredibly fucking annoying. People say apparently what they're gonna do is instead of just using triple banners,
see everything.
Apparently what they're going to do is they're going to make
Right now,
a
emerge.
third
Right here.
banner, which will be based on what characters are involved in that update or region. It's like, say for Lantern Light, it would have Ganyu, Shenhe, Cloud Container on it, because they're all involved in this event. And then it would be like Weapon Banner, how a Weapon Banner currently is. Which, obviously, that banner would
Beautiful
fucking
treasures
suck.
are a
That would be
cause for
awful
great happiness.
if they did that. And that would cause some serious problems if they actually factored that into the banner rotation. It says, right, well, because we put this character on the banner, we're now not going to run him. That would be really, really bad. Hopefully they're not stupid enough to do that. The Genshin devs are greedy, but I don't think they're stupid.
Solidify.
They know what they can get away with.
Certainly
And they
worth
wouldn't
it.
get away with that.
Mile.
Not even for 5 minutes. No one would let that stand. I most definitely wouldn't. That's why I think it's bullshit. Yeah, I especially think it's bullshit when YouTuber says like every other day, oh hey, Hoyoverse have completely fucking changed their plans for the update, as if they don't plan them out like at least 3 months in advance. It's like, oh yeah, well, the devs had a chat last night and they've decided to completely change how we're doing the update. Oh. This is... no. I'm an idiot. Right. Yes, I don't believe it. I really hope that's not true. It really should just be triple banners. But like, I myself, I have actually proposed that before, like, have a banner for the development characters, but not like that. Listen, don't put 5 fucking 5-star characters on that. They even said weapons as well. They said there'd be
We're
weapons
way
on it.
behind schedule.
Don't put up a fucking banner with like 10 different fucking possible 5-star results. If you win the 50-50, that would be beyond awful. Beyond awful. They will not do that.
Next on the agenda, everyone hold hands.
What's my star mark
Born
here
of ice
for?
and frost. Right now, right here, right now.
God, I love Hyper Bloom. Yeah, people say Hyper Bridge is not good. That seems pretty good to me. Oh, it's for this one. I don't know where it is. I also think the idea people had of like having a banner on the character's birthday also makes sense to me. But I would have it so it's not just on their birthday. I'd have it be for like 3 days on either side, so like the week of their birthday.
I see everything.
I think that's pretty fair. And again, they won't necessarily lose money. People are willing to drop money on the characters that they like in Genshin because the characters are well enough written and designed. So it's not necessarily a matter of, oh, if we run the character too much, people won't be gambling their fucking life savings away. I think people will be more willing to drop money out of goodwill and for, like, just wanting to get the fucking character. The more often characters run, the more often people can be out of primos from wishing for the characters that they want to get, because there's a lot of really likeable characters. And I can say most of the players' population does not have the patience to fucking wait 7 or 8 months, or even, God forbid, what it is now for like most of the characters in the game, over a year fucking wait. If they don't introduce fucking triple banners, it is going to be a more than a year wait for every character in the game now. It is going to get fucking silly. I think 6 months is pushing it. Over a year is beyond ridiculous to me. The fact that we're looking at over a year for a Nilu rerun, over a year for a Shenhe rerun, over a year for a fucking Ganyu rerun, ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous. that should not be a thing. In fact, that should be legal. Yeah, that should be a law. I don't know why the Chinese government aren't doing that. They're doing the whole anti-fucking daily login things. Why not just make it fucking illegal to have like a piece of content be unavailable like that? Either make it so it's permanently available, or a one-time thing. Don't make it a gambling fucking thing that rotates in and out. Annihilating the banner system like that would be really interesting for what it would do. I have no clue what's going on with this quest. I'm not going to blame the game for it, it's me skipping the dialogue. I like everyone's drip. There's so much drip around. I personally, quite frankly, I think it would be an interesting system if you just had it so that permanently you had every single character on banner, quite frankly. You have every single character on banner just forever, they're always there, and they have 1 or 2 4-stars on their banner. Or those 4 stars somehow correlate to their kit. It's like Garn, you would have Dino Zhangling on hers. Zhangling and Charlotte, I guess. That would never happen. Well, I think at the very least we should have a birthday run banner. I think if we had a birthday run banner, an event related banner, so if the character is in an event or story quest, then they appear on a banner, like a special banner, and it's not a fucking all on the one banner, they have their own banner. And on top of that, you still have them just rerunning according to a regular schedule, then I think it'll be more fair. Especially with birthday, because a birthday guarantees that it cannot be more than a year. Which is what we really need. It's going to reach the point of critical mass. People are not going to fucking wait over a year. Look, if someone started playing the game now, and they just found out that Vyden just ran, and they're not going to get to play her for a year, they aren't going to play the game, quite frankly. I'll be honest, like, if I didn't have Garnu and Nahida from the beginning, I probably wouldn't still be playing this game. If I'd had to have waited this long to get Nahida and also still not even have Garnu, I probably wouldn't be playing the game. I would not have lasted this long, probably. Waiting for Nilu really is already driving me insane. It really is. Fucking stupid to wait so long for a chance to get a character in the game. That's the thing about Genshin, is that its flaws become more apparent the longer you play it. It's a game which gets worse the longer you play it.
We're way behind schedule.
Which really sucks. That's pretty cool. Oh yeah, I made this team. Yeah. This is a really weird team. I really feel like Ketching should have been a dedicated Garnu support. Since these are 2 of the characters, one of the most interesting character relationships in the game, to me. I wish they got more screen time together, and I wish they actually worked together, but no, they directly contradict. But I was thinking you could make a superconduct kind of support. Well, effectively, I have Garnu here, but really Garnu should be here. The catching would be the DPS in this team. And something I would run Bennett for his attack buff, and then Garnu burst and catching burst, and like, get some free damage out of that, and melt off of Garnu's burst. I don't know. This is here. I'm never going to use it, but it's here. It's just waiting to be replaced with another team whenever I come up with it. Oh.
Next on the agenda. There's nothing wrong with reaping a reward every now and then.
Yeah, man. People are now saying Anilu's not going to run until 4.7 or 4.8, which is ludicrous. Because again, like Nahida ran. Nahida now has more reruns than Nilu.
There is still a lot left to do.
That's ridiculous. Especially since the other thing, like niche characters. It sounds weird to say, but niche characters shouldn't take so long to rerun. No character should take long to rerun. But the problem making niche characters like Nilu or Shenhe take long to rerun is that then you just can't access those setups at all. Because like freeze teams without Shenhe are not great. They can work, but you're having to use Mona instead of Shenhe, and Mona is not good. She is not good right now. Again, I always thought, of course, it would just make sense that you get a character after you do their story quest. Like, the thing, Genshin can afford it. They can afford to make it so when you do a character story quest, you get them. And when you do a 4 stars hangout, you get 1 constellation per ending. It will chunk their money.
You can feel the heartbeat
But
of
quite
the
frankly, if they did that, they could lead by example, and that would gain so much player goodwill. People would be willing to spend a lot more on games. So I think a lot of people spend money on Warframe just because they feel like it, because they feel like giving to the devs. No one's going to give money to Genshin because of that. But people will do it for Warframe, and they would do it for Genshin if the devs were better. Again, I keep saying with devs, I mean the higher-ups. I don't think it's the devs that decide the banners. I think they're trying their damn hardest to make a really good game, despite the fact they have to push out an update every 40 fucking days. I would not want to work for Hoyoverse. 'Cause I already hate deadlines, but they probably have like one fucking week to make shit. I can't imagine their content creation pipeline is like. It's fucking brutal. And again, I really respect the devs for that. It does result in a game which is constantly getting new content. Which I think is potentially one advantage. Like, I'll be honest, honestly, like having experienced 3D modeling and shit myself now.
Next on the agenda.
I don't feel like I would mourn the loss of 3D modeling to AI just taking over. I don't feel like I would miss that. If it can do it well, then fuck it, I say. Yeah, I really think the actual Genshin devs, the people actually making the game, really deserve respect. It's the higher-ups that are telling them, alright, we need to release this update, and because these characters are involved, we want you to put them on banners. Tartaglia's pinned in the story, so let's put him on banner again. That's not their fault. They should be punished for it. Again, apparently Tectone got into some controversy. Again, I still think he might be a closeted nonce. Again, I don't know much about the guy, but I've watched some of his videos, and it's weird to me.
Right here.
Just genuinely. I don't get why a man that visibly old is playing the game. It's extremely weird for him to be whatever age he looks like he is, and sounds like he is, yet to be playing the game with such a closed-minded perspective. It really doesn't come off well.
Next on the agenda.
Not a fan of him. He also has an extremely negative perspective, which just doesn't help anything. He's one of the guys. He's like the old troll YouTubers for Warframe. Life of Rio, Gay Guy Plays. I think Mogami apparently is now part of that lot. Trainman Rahatelius.
Perhaps whoever left these behind was also
just
fulfilling a
YouTubers that,
contract.
for some reason, are just fucking evil. They just want to make the community that they're in worse. That's what he seems like to me. I can probably do thingy. Ah. How many wishes have I earned? One. I think it said there's 2,000 exploration primos in this update. Which is unfortunate. It's an unfortunate reality that the majority of primos just come from daily commissions.
the agenda?
Of course, what I'm going to have to do is they're going to explain the lore behind this place, which I'm really interested in, but I'm going to have to skip it because it's not going to be written well. That's the unfortunate thing about Genshin's lore. Everyone says, "Oh, the lore is so fucking great." It's fine. Like, it's okay lore, but it's buried under dog shit exposition dumps most of the time. And again, I'm so fucking sick of people saying lore and like acting like lore compensates for not having a story or narrative or plot. It doesn't. It really doesn't. If you have a brainstem. Demand more.
A new job.
Access denied.
A lovely speech that
Right now.
I
Emerge.
made
Right
once,
now.
which has stuck my brain ever since. When he said to demand more from entertainment. You're giving them
No touching.
your money and your time. So you deserve something actually worthwhile.
Right here. Right now. Born of ice and frost.
Why are there so many fucking treasure hoarders here?
The wrong test subject.
What is going on?
There's nothing wrong with reaping a reward every now and then.
It is also kind of a shame. Part of the problem about Genshin is that because it's all based on gambling, that also means they can't rework Ganyu to be a more comfortable character to play. Like, even if it was a buff, it's still, as far as I'm aware, the only buff they've actually done, like the only changes to a character's kit they've done in Genshin's history was John Lee. Otherwise, they have never changed it, just because if they do change it, they could get fucking sued. Someone can say, I gambled my life savings on this, and then you fucking changed it to something. Like, even if it's stronger, they can still say, oh, but now I don't like it. I gambled to this thing which I liked, but now you've changed it, and now I don't like the way it is. Even if it's total fucking horseshit, someone can still like say that. And so because of Genshin being a gacha game, they can't change character kits. And that obviously places limitations on the game and opens it up to more power creep. Even though I think Genshin is really good at power creep. As in, not having it. How the fuck is this working?
Next on the agenda.
Oh. Yeah.
We're way behind schedule.
Also, this is also a fucking Fontaine cosplay going you here. I do love
There's
it.
nothing wrong with reaping a reward every now and then.
Also, the Cloud Retainer designed these because they asked. She asked Ganyu and Shenhe, what do you like? What colours do you like right now? And Shenhe said black. Ooh. Shenhe said black, and Ganyu said black and blue. Which is surprising. Why is Ganyu like black? It's interesting. Ganyu, I want to hear about that. What's making you like black? Your signature colour is white. That's the opposite of black. Is it the liberals? What the fuck are we doing now? That took some poor soul like 50 fucking hours to program. That little animation. I was watching a compilation of YouTubers' reactions to, spoilers for Spider-Man 2, the moment the lizard comes out and Spider-Man gets stabbed. It's like Spider-Man gets stabbed and then the lizard jumps onto the window and then jumps away. And I just thought, like, that shot of a lizard mid-transformation probably took a poor 3D modeler like 15 hours at least to make, and it's on screen for maybe 1.5 seconds. And that's the thing. So many fucking video game players, they just don't fucking appreciate the work that devs have to put in to do even basic shit. So much respect for game developers, you have to put up with so much horseshit from corporate and also just an extremely difficult job. Hello.
I see everything. Access denied.
You seem to have made a
Emerge
technical
right now,
blunder
right
by
here.
putting yourself in the water. Not a good idea.
Beautiful treasures are a cause for great happiness. Next on the agenda.
I really should Google if I can just turn in my geosigils.
There's nothing wrong with reaping a reward every now and then.
Up a little bit. That's another thing I would be really interested in is like Genshin Impact spin-off games. Like a lot of Genshin's characters, I've said this before, a lot of Genshin's characters could hold their own game with better dialogue writing. They totally could. And I wish they'd be willing to tap into that market, maybe outsource development. If I were to rework Ganyu, it would be quite simple to me. I would basically just give her Yanfei's C4, which is upon casting elemental skill, get a shield. I would do that, and I'd also make it so that whilst the shield is active, her charge time gets like cut in half or something. Make it so that, yes, make it so that whilst her shield is active, her regular charge just disappears, so you just go straight to Frost Bloom through Bloom Arrow. So that cuts the time in half. That's what I would do. And I would make the shield, instead of scaling on HP, I would make it scale on attack. Because Ganyu really wants attack. And we don't have a shield in the game yet which scales on attack, probably because of course attack is a very small stat. But yeah, I would say give Ganyu, when she does that, on top of having a distraction thing, I don't think the distraction works against bosses, which is part of the reason why I want a shield. Make it so when she casts that, she gets a shield equal to... It would have to be a lot. It would have to be like 10,000% of attack. Because like, your Ganyu is not going to exceed 2,000 attack, ever.
Right now, right here. We're way behind schedule.
That, or give Ganyu just some other characters, good shielders to combo with. Okay, I'll take some free artifacts.
Hey! Allow me! fast.
Oh.
Access denied.
Oh, it's 2 Sealies. 3 Sealies. Oh, I thought I was water. I think I'm stupid. Very nice.
There's nothing wrong with reaping a reward every now and then.
That's going to go back down in a couple of seconds. Or not. Amber, quickly.
I will
What?
bring my notebook. At the ready.
Also, I feel like Chi-Chi, you could find a way to try to run a Chi-Chi with Farina. Because Chi-Chi heals the whole party. I think. Who are we missing, Coco?
Take heart.
Also, if I were to rework Ganyu, I would also make it so that her normal attack string also has something to it. To maybe make it like, first of all, I think both characters really should be able to get elemental
Perhaps whoever
infusions.
left these behind
I think it's stupid that they
was
can't.
also fulfilling a contract.
Maybe make it so at the end of Ganyu's normal attack string she fires a Frostlake arrow or something. Just so you can use her both ways and then she can work with Xingqiu. Just in general, Genshin is all about finding character combos. And so adding more character combos into the game only makes it better. That's why Helmet is so fucking brilliant in Warframe. It's added in even more options,
Everyone hold hands.
which didn't exist before.
Rust and rebuild.
It
Born
didn't
of ice and...
Cock. I heard that Nilu applies just as much Hydro as Kokomi. I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing. I can see how Nilu is really bad for a single target now. Well, I hope she's good enough to be viable. Yeah, when I get Nilu, I don't need her teams to be fucking super OP. I just want them to at least be viable. I want to be able to run the best with them and not get less stars than... I mean, this run I got 33, so... Again, going through 36 stars only gets me one extra wish every 2 weeks. It really isn't anything to sweat over. I mean, it's been a full year. How many wishes do you actually get from doing floor 12? Not a lot. It really doesn't matter. I've kind of completely lost the plot. I've zoned out, so I'm trying to talk and make some meaningful points. And it makes it harder to focus on my fucking throat hurts. I love the music in Genuine as well. They cooked so damn well. Also, I don't think a gacha system is inherently bad. I think the problem with gacha systems is, first of all, just being fucking mean, not being generous at all, and also not having pity systems. Seems like we missed one, and we have to go here later. Yeah, I don't think gachas are inherently bad, and like I said, I think there's an interesting thing about the banner system, the fact that, like, different players have different literal journeys through the game. Because I got Nahida very early on, I got into Hyper Room. It just so happened to happen like that. If my first 5-star was Hu Tao, I would be more focused on raw damage deals. Each player, the banner system where you have to cycle characters in, does lead to different players having different experiences of the game. Which is why my idea from earlier about having all characters be on banner thing, I would do that as a last resort. If we're not going to do anything else to fix banners, do that.
Right now, emerge.
Fuck's sake. But I do want to preserve that system.
Everyone hold it.
But we can make that idea work, even if we have every character run within like 2 months. So it's not necessary to make us wait so long for reruns for that idea to work. It's a really unique idea for a game, so I really want to preserve that. So if few games just have real-world consequence or impact like that.
I see everything. Right now, right here, emerge. No touching.
There's still so many people on fucking Instagram that always, like, they say, oh, I see you made a good argument, but you play Genshin Impact. And so your entire existence is invalid. It's always like, I'm not even going to bother responding to us anymore. I used to say, well, that says more about you than me, because like, you don't know what I think of Genshin Impact. All you know is that I play it and I have Raiden as my profile picture. That's all you know. If you watched my streams of the game, you'd actually know I have a lot of problems with the game. It's what I talk about most about the game. I talk about Genshin negatively more than I do positively. But I'm also not a fucking idiot like Tectone and only talk negatively. I think people should have rational perspectives on things. I think you should have a rational balance of good and bad. You should know what to praise and what not to. You need to know when to step your foot down. You need to know when you're being disrespectful to people that don't deserve it. And when you need to disrespect people that do deserve it. Fucking Destiny. And I don't think Genshin is at that point. Definitely not. And I think Genshin Impact is a way better game than Destiny 2 ever was. And I think Genshin Impact's monetization is less insidious, because again, Genshin is never going to take anything away from you. Never going to do that. Gods no. Imagine that if, like, they fucking took characters away from people's accounts because the game's fucking storage was getting too bad. Imagine that. Whoa. But Destiny gets away with it. In the eyes of a lot of people. And Destiny does have gambling, just as much as Genshin does. It has loot boxes, And at the start of the game, when Destiny 2 first came out, the loot boxes were extremely, extremely useful. They weren't necessary. I don't know if I would say it's pay to win, but it's kind of like what people say for Warframe. It's like pay to win faster. Even though that's not true for Warframe, because by paying to win, you're just like removing game content to play. So actually you're paying to lose, quite frankly, in Warframe. But in Destiny 2, when Destiny 2 first came out, the boxes, I don't fucking remember what they're called, Bright Ingrams? Back then, they gave you mods, weapon mods. And also back then, weapon mods boosted your attack and your defense, which meant they boosted your light level, which meant that they boosted the power of the fucking weapon drops from your game world. Which means that people that spent money on the game for bright engrams were able to do raids, and people that didn't weren't. I had a friend who played the game significantly less than I did on release.
Next on the agenda.
He played the game significantly less than I did, but because he bought a bunch of bright engrams, he was way higher level than me. Way higher level. He hasn't even done like a bunch of high tier content to get powerful rewards, but because he ran fucking lots of bright engrams, he was able to put mods onto his gear, and that increased his stats, and then by increasing his stats it made the game easier, so it allowed him to do high level content easier, and then because of his higher stats made the content easier, and also improving the rewards levels, their stats, which just gave him a massive advantage over me, which he had not earned at all. A lot of people don't talk about that. I don't think I've ever heard a single Destiny YouTuber mention that, so they're probably scared to mention that. But it was a massive advantage for dropping money at the start of Destiny 2. A massive, massive one. I don't think that's in the game anymore. But it definitely did used to be in the game. And it was fucking abominable. What chest? What chest? Somewhere over here?
Next on the agenda.
But what chest am I looking for? Oh dear. Blind streamer. Oh. Game, you gotta tell me where the chest is. But no game will ever be able to surpass Destiny 2 in levels of fucking scumbagginess. As far as I'm aware of Destiny 2, it isn't just for higher-ups. As far as I'm aware, with Destiny 2 is the one scenario where it is actually like the developers themselves are also just fucking assholes. From what I've heard. I don't want to say that definitively. That'd be a controversial statement, but what I will say is, from what I've heard, it's not just for higher-ups with Destiny that are bad and should be fucking purged from gaming community to making it actively a worse place for everyone. It's also just with regular Destiny devs too. Now, the insidious thing about it, the Destiny team, like, at least, I don't know how high up they were, but there's a guy that made a fucking talk at some kind of dev conference or something like that. And he was basically saying, like, yeah, just deliberately mentally abuse your fucking players or some shit like that.
We're way behind schedule.
He was just saying some extremely insidious shit, and he was preaching it to other developers.
Perhaps whoever left these behind was also fulfilling a contract.
Like, genuinely just supervillain behavior. I am going to get myself blacklisted from the entire gaming industry. Richard, fuck it, fine by me. I don't think there's any point in living if you can't use your ideals. If your ideals are banned, then you're already dead. If the gaming industry doesn't want to fucking get better, then fine, just let it fucking die. I am genuinely at a point with Destiny 2. I don't even play. I haven't played it in ages, but I am genuinely at a point where, like, if you play Destiny 2, you can't be my friend. I can't be friends with you.
Right now.
It genuinely just fuels me. It instills a fury in me I didn't know I had.
Beautiful treasures are a cause for great happiness.
There's another debate in there which I would like to have, but yeah, I'm not going to get into that with fucking Genshin Impact stream. I'm not going to have a fucking very, very mature talk about fucking religion and its impact on society on this stream. Oh god, no. What's happening in this chest? There's no way this is just a thingy Moan goes referring to. Yeah, because the chest only spawns in once you actually start the thing. What is this? No destructible rock. There's a tree. We have a little island here, some breakable rocks. There's nothing here.
We're way behind schedule.
Also, I've completely lost my sense of direction. Yeah, there's nothing here which links back to this chest. I have a lot of play hours on Destiny 2, but I only have them because I had friends who played the game, and so I wanted to play it with them. But I don't have those friends anymore, so I'm not playing it. I mean, the game gives us this, because if... Alright.
There's nothing wrong with reaping a reward every now and then.
I've been in it before, haven't I? Yes. Is that a furry? I literally don't know what I'm talking about. If these were voice acted, it would make me listen to them. But they're not voice acted, and I don't blame the game for that, because they probably had to make this quest in a day. It's a real quantity versus quality question.
We're way behind schedule.
And I really struggled to answer it for
I see
myself.
everything. Born of ice and rust and reap. Right here, right now, right here.
What's the
Perhaps
time?
whoever left these behind.
8 o'clock. Almost been streaming
also
2 hours. I
fulfilling a
was
contract.
thinking in my mind 2 hours of Genshin and 2 hours of Star Rail, so let's see where this goes. I do want to progress Star Rail because the thing is, I've been missing out on events and shit, I think. Even though I'm playing the game, I'm logging on every day, but I'm just not high enough level to participate in any events.
Right now,
So,
emerge. Right here. Next on the
that's the
access
funny
denied.
thing. I probably have like enough Trailblazer P to probably reach like rank 30 or something. But of course it's like locked off because I need a.
I see everything.
I need to complete the story to unlock the like Ascension trial.
Born ice and frost.
So I wanna play through some of the story so I can actually start playing some events and shit. I feel like otherwise I'm missing out on a lot of wishes because Kafka was just on banner, but I missed them. And I was not willing to spend money on
I see everything.
wishes, but I did purchase
Right now, right here, right now.
Star Rail's equivalent to Welcome Moon. But I don't want to do anything more on Star Rail. On Star Rail, not only just do I not want to keep on spending so much money on games, but I also want to actually make a point and see like how good is Star Rail free to play.
There's nothing wrong with reaping a reward.
I feel like Star Rail has a lot less stuff from exploration. And also exploration in Star Rail is just way less fun. I mean, there isn't even a jump button. That does kind of look like John Lee's like hooded figure we've seen before. If we go as this game out, would be dope as fuck. Unfortunately, again, I wish all of the Archons were viable DPSs at C0. I would love a DPS John Lee, but it's not gonna happen. Never. Actually, maybe. My dad being fun annoying. Okay. Oh, we're here. Are we gonna unlock it? Are we about to unlock it?
Next on the agenda. Next on the agenda.
We are free now.
Everyone hop in! Emerge, right here.
At uni, I have to make 3 games within the next month and a half. Isn't that fucking hilarious? The uni workload this term is just fucking absurd. Don't go to uni for like game design and shit. Just don't do it. It's ridiculous. Like their deadlines are even more restrictive than the fucking deadlines for Genshin Impact devs, and the devs of course have like fucking years of experience. You don't. If you want to learn shit like that, I hate to say it, but the best way is to teach yourself. It's not worth money. It is not worth money. It is not worth your time. It is not worth your stress. If this is it, this is surprising. Honestly, why even lock off this area? This is like a quest which any normal person, I'm not a normal person, would have done immediately. Because you get this quest the moment you step foot into Shenyu Vale, and it didn't take long. And I've already done one of the 2. Because that's something I'd be interested in the Abyss, is if they added in new environment shit. What if we had Abyss floors where the floor is water? Am I stupid? Not quite, just wrong camera angle. Some of it really makes me wonder the whole process of learning fucking various things about game development. It makes me wonder how the first game developers did it. Since not only were they the first to do it, they had to make the tech that lets you do it. I think we watched a video of UV unwrapping from like 2005, like back when YouTube first released. It was like, holy shit, how do you guys do this back then? It's a bit surreal. I think now Genshin as well, people say, oh yeah, well, a game could... I don't see this often, but I do see some people say, oh yeah, well, a game could be higher quality if they just pour more money at it. Quite frankly, no. That isn't actually true. There kind of is a point of critical mass where simply throwing money at it won't fix the problem. There are things about gaming development which will take long to do, just no matter what you do. No matter how talented your workers are, and how many of them you have fucking pumping out assets, no matter what, it's going to take a while. And so it's just simply not a thing. Not to mention like getting voice actors in, scheduling and shit, just the amount of time it takes doing different takes and shit. It's just, no matter what, it's going to take time. And so you can never fully assure quality. Because I think I'm definitely more okay with Genshin's quantity over quality, because Genshin still does put quality into things which are really important, like story quests.
Emerge
Most
right
of
now.
the time. The lower quality stuff is like world quests and shit, which
We're way
doesn't
behind
matter as
schedule.
much. Yeah, I'm very much of the opinion that Genshin is basically just
Next on the agenda.
better Zelda Breath of the Wild. I can't speak about Tears of the Kingdom because I haven't played it, but
No
I'll
touching.
definitely say I think Genshin is significantly better than Breath of the Wild. Some people probably consider that a fucking fine to say.
Born of ice and frost.
My uni professor would probably kill me.
Rest and rebuild. This may hurt a little.
Told him to play Outer Wilds. I mean, I've only seen him like once or twice since then. He doesn't actually teach me anything anymore. I wonder if he did play Outer Wilds. That's the other thing, when people say, see how I play Genshin, they seem I'm a basic bitch.
No touching.
When it's going to sound incredibly self-indulgent, but I would say I'm anything but that. I make a conscious effort to play lots of games. That's why I wanted to play Genshin. I'd heard a lot of shit about it.
For great
I was like,
happiness.
this is interesting. Because logical fallacies behind. If a game is so popular, there must be some reason behind it. And I'd seen Genshin, I'd seen the characters, and I was like, they look cool. I'd seen the gameplay, and I was like, oh, it's like reactions, kind of like Warframe. Okay. Interesting. Warframe is like my most played game of all time. I've played Warframe more than literally every other game I've ever played combined. It'll be interesting. Let's try out Genshin. Let's try out Genshin Impact for PlayStation 5. And now I've been here for like over 1,000 hours. And I don't regret it yet. I don't get people playing fucking Tower Fantasy though. How the fuck can you be mentally deficient enough to play fucking Tower Fantasy? Is genuinely that. Like, that is what. Tower Fantasy is probably what people think Genshin is. Like, most people just write off Genshin immediately because they just think, oh yeah, it's a beautiful game. No. That's a meme which got out of hand. Because people will just genuinely call you a paedophile if you play Genshin now, and it's like, oh, okay. There's nothing you can really say to them about it when they do say that, because they just don't care.
Access denied. Right here.
People like that just doing it to take a piss, more or less. They don't actually care if it's true or not. So there's no point in fucking saying anything to them. If someone thinks Genshin Impact is bad, then they're the kind of person to just completely write something off without knowing anything about it. Go west and behold Lingsha Courtyard. Screenshot that.
We're way behind schedule. Next on the agenda. We're way behind schedule.
I need a fucker to place. Is it puzzle time? Right, this swing. Oh.
Next on the agenda.
Okay, where was I? I don't remember where I was. Yeah, people just shit talk Genshin like any other game. Which is obnoxious. People just don't like anime. And they're like, oh, anime game, must be bad. As if that makes any logical sense at all. If anything, it's a little bit racist. To discount an entire medium. Oh, chest. Oh, thing. I know how I can get that very easily.
Beautiful treasures are a cause for great happiness.
That looks like something. That also looks like something. That's a cave. I've been up there before. Up there. Don't know if it was on stream or not.
I see everything! Emerge, right now.
There are people at uni I know who are like ex-Genshin players. There's one guy I know who was boasting about his Tartaglia dealing 20,000 damage per hit. And I'm not insulting him. He's a nice guy. He was boasting about his target dealing 20,000 damage per hit, and he was saying, oh yeah, I've spent a lot of money on games. And I won't disclose how much money I've spent on Genshin, but I will explain my reason, which I've explained time and time again for Warframe as well. And that, of course, the thing about a regular game is that you'll play it for maybe 20 hours, and you'll pay fucking like 50 quid for that. Like for a Halo game, you'll pay 50 quid and get a really good 10-hour campaign, and a multiplayer which, let's be honest, is not all that good. That is a fuck about getting crucified saying that. But I've already said it, can't take it back now. I don't think Halo multiplayer has ever been all that good. What the fuck is going on here?
Beautiful treasures are a cause for great happiness.
I guess I did it right. I think of it as a expenditure to time spent ratio. And so to me, with Genshin, the time spent to money spent ratio is better than other games actually. The same is true for
There's
Warframe.
nothing wrong
And so
with
that's why
reading.
I think it's more than okay to put money into it. The absurd thing to me is when someone spends money on a game and then never plays it. That's the thing, like, I see now people complaining about Genshin saying that like when we spend money on it, they actually feel like now they have nothing to look forward to. And I actually understand that. I'm almost feeling that, actually. But less because I've dropped money on games because I have so much OP shit or anything like that, but just because I know I have like months to wait until Nilu and Shenhe. So it's less spending money on game and more having to wait for fucking banners. But I absolutely get what they mean. There's a point where I guess you're just playing the game for constellations. That isn't necessarily from spending money, that's from playing the game for ages, because of course if you played the game for years, then you definitely have every 4-star in the game. And so I totally get that. But to me, when you play a game and when you're spending money on it, is about your money spent to time enjoyed ratio. Or even just time spent. It doesn't have to be necessarily enjoyed, because every game will have time spent in it which you don't enjoy. If there's too much time you don't enjoy, then that's just a shit game. Probably. Or you're just not in the mood. But with me, for Genshin, what I said about Breath of the Wild after I completed it, was it was the most straight face I've ever been when playing the game. But Zelda Breath of the Wild made me smile like twice, and that was it. It never made me sad, but it never made me particularly happy. I was just like, this is a good game. All the way through, that was about it. It never evoked anything from me, but it also didn't make me pissed off, like certain other games. And so I was like, yeah, okay, it's a good game. That's about it. I don't think it's one of the best games ever made. Again, will not speak for Tears of the Kingdom. Haven't played it yet. Not fair to judge it. But with Genshin, my experience of Genshin has been better than that. And on top of that, like Genshin to me has better exploration, better gameplay, way better characters and story.
Would be.
Don't know why I've gone with John Lee as if that solves this problem at all. Just go with Kazuha.
Time to begin work?
Let's put down a pillar here. This is not how we're supposed to do this. But I don't care. This reminds me of something. Did I ever get this chest in Inazuma? No, I didn't. I need to get that. There's a chest locked behind a wall and I just have no clue how to get to it. Didn't even need Kazuha. My friend managed to glitch into it using Diona, but it's obviously not what he intended way. Ah. Well. Again, something I really respect on Genshin is how it's constantly innovating in its gameplay. The devs are clearly very imaginative and talented. Now that definitely is true for Breath of the Wild, and probably Tears of the Kingdom more so. But to me with Genshin it's just more impressive, and the other thing about Breath of the Wild is just that I played Breath of the Wild for 50 hours, and it was a decent, ranging from a decent to a good 50 hours. Whereas Genshin has been ranging from there have been some bad hours, but definitely also some bad hours in Zelda. So for Genshin I would say it has been decent to great for 1,000 hours. And so from that perspective, I think it's fine. The money spent on games should be proportional to your enjoyment of it. If you get to enjoy the game for much longer, then you should be... It just logically follows to drop more money on it, surely. Have I done this right? I don't know what the fuck I'm even trying to do with these. Shooting for a little over 2 hours now, okay. Looks like there's supposed to be something here. There's a finger there. This is locked. Should I stand on this? Oh. Alright.
We're way behind schedule.
There's another chest. Again, the thing is, like, I would probably play Tears of the Kingdom, but I can't stream it. and
see
that actually
everything.
makes me want to play it less, and I've
Right now,
realised
right
that's
here.
fucking stupid, but my brain doesn't care. And it's just like, if you can't stream a game, there's no point playing it. And I'm just like, what? You played games without
Beautiful
streaming them for
treasures are a
99%
cause
of
for
your
great
life.
happiness.
Why are you suddenly like this? Where games like, no, don't care. No. You have to stream it, or else no point playing it. And I'm like, okay. Isn't it funny that humanity's worst enemy is itself? Both as a personal basis and on a collective basis. It's fascinating.
Next on the agenda.
I'm still fascinated by the fact that we exist. The fact that anime exists in the universe.
Yeah.
That's just such a bizarre
Born of ice
concept.
and...
Everything that happened in
Right now,
all
right
of
here,
history,
right now.
throughout the entire cosmos, not just on planet Earth, but throughout the entire cosmos, everything happened in such a way that anime exists.
There's nothing wrong with
And
reaping a
that's just
reward every now and then.
a crazy thing. Not necessarily a good or bad thing, but it's just a thing which happened. And it's just impressive. But fucking give me the chest then. Bastard. Or is it one of these things? It looks like one of these things. Hmm? Well, the thing I say to people is that Genshin is a free game. And if you have it on PlayStation, if you have a PlayStation, you can just play it for free. Just play it and try it. I think that I regularly acknowledge I have had a better experience with Genshin because I got lucky in my early pulls. And I got Ganyu and Nahida way easier than many other people did.
Oh, good.
And I acknowledge how
that the silk
might
flowers
have
at
actually
the
skewed my
Feywild
experience of the
Cobblefield
game to be
needed
more
watering.
positive.
The transport coordinators
And I think
will
that's
probably
unfortunate. I
moan
think
about the
everyone
Mighty
should have
Mountain
a
Road
just as
again,
good, if
though.
not better, experience than I had. But I know that just isn't the case for many people. Because again, my first two banners ever were Nahida and Ganyu. I got both of them after about 55 pushes.
There's nothing wrong with reaping a reward every now and then.
So not only did I win the 50-50 both times, but I also got them early. And so that gave me a really nice head start in the game. But obviously, that same luck is not replicated. It's pretty wild that Honkai Star Rail gave out Doctor Ratio for free. That is pretty mad. Genshin would never. But Honkai Star Rail does have a different economy to Genshin, that's the thing. Which has to be considered. Like, yeah, they do give you a lot more free stuff, but it's also because you get a lot less stuff before exploring. And just like, no. Okay, okay. Okay, so we're here. We're here. Not fast enough? Okay. Totally good. Nice puzzle. All the people complaining about Breath of the Wild not really having puzzles.
Happiness.
Play Genshin. A lot of puzzles in Genshin are mechanical, and that's really satisfying. think Zelda had a bunch of mechanical puzzles as well. But you can often tell what the actual thing you have to do is. You just have to do it. Again, in Zelda, often that took the form of dealing with some wank fucking magnet physics and shit.
Right now.
Or fucking activating this boulder at the exact right milliseconds and shit like that. Jesus Christ.
I see everything. No touching. Right here.
Once again, you guys are
Right
climbing
here.
on water. You really shouldn't do that. You've got a fucking Nikita. Ooh. That's not right.
Everyone hold hands. Right now. Emerge. Let's move out.
Pretty sure the fire lava shells are actually the most powerful one. Thank fuck these guys that never show up in the abyss. They are really
I
dangerous.
can fix this. Born of ice and frost. Hey. Right here. Right now.
What's this music right now? Whoa.
Hold the line.
Oh no, missed opportunity. There's no Shrine
Beautiful
of
treasures
Depths
are
in
a cause
Chenyu
for
Vale.
great
I
happiness.
love Shrine of Depths. Oh, I should have had those. I love Shrine of Depths because it's like a big reward to work your way towards. Oh damn, yeah, we should have had some here. I genuinely really like them, especially in the early game. Shrine of Depths in the early game is so fucking satisfying. I think I've got everything. Oh right, there's some shit going on here. Also, there have been many times I've considered changing my traveller's name, because of course it's Gitone after Femc from Persona 3. I've considered changing it to Lamine many times before, but now that, you know, Atlas has decided fuck Femc, and fuck her fans, no one cares about Femc, I decided I'm definitely gonna leave my traveller being named as Gitone, because fuck Atlas. The Persona 3 remake makes me really fucking angry. I have not bought it and I'm not going to. I was going to say, just with a caveat of not until they release some kind of FemC DLC or something. I'm fine with it even being DLC, reasonably priced DLC. Like 30 quid at most. But also looking at gameplay of it, I fucking hate its stylization. One thing I really loved about Persona 3 was how minimalist it was. In every single way. I do know that some of that's just because, well, it's old. Because it's old, and back then the games had way less budget, so it was more of a gamble. And Persona 3 was a big step up from Persona 2, with completely different games in a lot of ways. Like introduction of social links, and the game actually being like fucking 3D. It was a big step up, and various things. So that led to Persona 3 having a massive, intensely minimalist style. And I fucking love that minimalist style. And Persona 3 Remake completely gets rid of it. I haven't watched the anime cutscenes yet, not excited to see those. I really should watch the anime cutscene of the ending, actually. I'm probably not going to get the remake. Probably not. Not for a long time. because I'm fucking fuming. Also, the fact it costs 70 quid for a game. You can get Persona 3 Portable. It will probably be a better experience, quite frankly, and it costs like a fifth of a price. So yeah, I probably won't be getting Persona 3, which is really fucking sad. I should watch how they handle the ending of the game. I'm very scared about it, because in Persona 3 Portable, there is no anime cutscene at the end, which is really interesting. It's a really bold decision for them to cut that out. But they did, and it's really interesting for them to cut it out. I really appreciate it. And in the base game, there is a cutscene there, but it's a very short one, and it's my favourite cutscene in all of Persona. And both versions of the ending are fantastic. I don't prefer either one of them. They're both different ways to present that scene. One is certainly easier than the other, but both are breathtaking ways to end that story.
Beautiful treasures are a cause for
I
great
have a
happiness.
feeling the remake does not share that perspective. I have a feeling the anime scenes are not minimalistic at all. They're probably just as intensely stylized as Persona 5 is. So the gameplay is just as intensely stylized, and it doesn't fucking make sense. I thought the entire point of, what's his name? The Persona 3 male protagonist. Minato Arisato?
We're way behind schedule.
Makoto Yuki? They have several names. I thought the entire point of male protagonist compared to female protagonist is that male protagonist is an edgy loner and shows it, whereas Femme C is just as edgy and just as fucking depressed, but she hides it to put on a happy face for others. And that's really interesting. There are different versions of the character which tackle similar themes. It's a great way to handle double protagonists. Well, of course, Alice doesn't give a fuck. I thought the entire point of that character, again, I haven't played male protagonist stories simply because I'm not going to spend another 120 hours playing through Persona 3 just to see the male protagonist side of things. But I thought the entire point is that he is fucking edgy, and he doesn't appreciate life, and through the course of the game he grows to appreciate it. But then that contradicts the fucking art style of the game. Whereas it didn't in the original, or at least in fucking Portable, and from what I've seen of the original, that is true for the original as well. But they've completely fucking ruined that in the remake, so I fucking despise it. The reason why Persona 5 looks so fucking brilliant isn't because it looks so fucking brilliant, it's because it looks great, and because it works thematically with the story and the characters incredibly fucking well. If Persona 5 wasn't about free will and freedom, its graphics would not be nearly as good. But fucking Persona 3 remake, despite being about largely different themes, free will does come into it, but it is not the focal theme. Jolly good.
There's nothing wrong with reaping a reward every now and then.
Yes, both games do incorporate themes of... all of the Persona games incorporate themes of free will and truth and such. All of them do. But Persona 5 has the most express focus on free will specifically, whereas Persona 3 is about death. primarily.
There's nothing wrong with reaping a
So free
reward
will
every now
does
and
come
then.
into it, but it is by no means the focal
We're
theme
way
of the
behind
game.
schedule.
And so the art style being, what if we did Persona 5, but made it circles instead of harsher lines, and we made it blue instead of red. And that fucking pisses me off for no end. Because not only is it an insult to the original Persona 3, but it's also an insult to Persona 5. And it's an insult to Persona 4, because it's fucking no, they do the same thing they did the Persona 4 remake, which apparently is happening. People are saying it's happening, and I'm not fucking excited. Persona 4 already is my least favourite Persona, so I'm not excited to see how that remake goes. But it insults Persona 5, because it implies that the aesthetic is just there's an aesthetic, when it's not. It's one of the most brilliant pieces of thematic storytelling we've ever seen, and it's just a fucking art style. And that's why it's fucking brilliant. If Persona 5's, like, it still looks good. I'm not going to say, like, the game looks like dog shit. It doesn't. The game looks good. But this is Persona. This game costs 70 fucking quid, and you're going to be playing it for 100 hours. It should. The graphics should be working with the story, and they aren't. They're actively contradicting it. What makes it even worse is that it's a remake of the game, which is fucking...
I see everything.
How many years old?
Next
It
on
was
the agenda.
2005 originally, right?
Access denied.
And we're in 2024, so
Right here.
that's
Emerge.
19
Right
years.
now.
19 years old. And you don't fucking understand what made the original good. Now again, I take all this with a grain of salt, because I have not played the game, and I've not even seen that much gameplay footage, but I have seen gameplay footage, and based on what I have seen, this is what I'm saying. If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. I'm alright, right?
Everyone hold hands.
I don't feel like doing the research, and I'm not going to buy the game to prove I'm wrong, because I don't think you should do that.
Right here.
Some people say you can't fucking judge a game if you haven't bought it, which I say is fucking stupid. That's just an excuse for them to get devs they like to have money without them making a good game. It's a cop-out, basically. This is a whole load of shit. Yeah, what I've seen is like a battle UI.
We're way behind schedule. There's nothing wrong with reaping a reward every now and then.
This is a misty area. There's some buildings there. Is that Fontaine? I think that's an Aquabus line. I do appreciate, at least apparently, like the social links are fully voiced, which to me isn't even necessarily an improvement as well. The thing is, by having certain lines be voiced, it gives them significance, and so you know that is something which is important. Whereas when everything is voiced, so you can no longer really know that something is significant. I get how that reasoning absolutely is slightly weird, but I think it's unreasonable.
Perhaps whoever left these behind was also fulfilling a contract.
Have we earned a second wish yet? Seems like it, yes. All that for a drop of blood.
Next on the agenda.
Am I referring to a ball for wishes? You'll never know.
Hold the line! We're way behind schedule.
Yours are wishes. Actually, real quick. This is where I'm dumping resin now, just because I feel like it's going to be a long time before I get an improvement upon my Raiden artifacts, so I feel like I might as well just go here.
Born of ice.
You are not welcome here.
Allow me! Emerge. Right here. Right now.
Let's end it.
1,231 EM. I love this thing. Fuck you.
Come on! No touching!
Will
I do hate how these enemies trigger hyper runes on you though.
Come on! Born of ice. Hold the line!
Alright, dog shit. Dog shit. Yeah, no, I also think there should be an artifact-based system that's not into that right now. Let's continue talking about Persona 3 remake and why I hate it. Why do I hate it? I mean, I can't say much about it when I haven't played it. For music's been changed up as well, from what I've heard. From what I've heard, I also can't particularly decide because it's all the male protagonist's music instead of the female protagonist's music, which I think is better. There is a YouTuber who has been making FemC Reload remixes, and they are fucking amazing. They made a remix of FemC's boss battle theme. For boss battles which you get are like every 40 floors in Tartarus. Where it's like an epic guitar piece, and they made a remix of that and they put Kimi no Kyoko. I don't know how to say it. I don't remember what the English name of the song is either. the ending theme. They put a excerpt of that into it, and I just thought, that's fucking brilliant. It's genius. It's so fucking genius to do that. And as far as I'm aware, they didn't do that with the actual soundtrack, and it's just like, the fan-made soundtrack is better than the official. That's a bit sad. And embarrassing. I'll probably have to stop streaming soon simply because my parents are trying to sleep. And they're going to complain that I'm keeping them up. Yay! Look at that, that's so satisfying. This Sumeru expansion? Oh boy. Look how big it is. Though some people pointed this out. It is right between the Carnivia door. People said there's a second door or something. People said there's a second door and it's sandwiched between the two of them. Is this the second door? Whoa, okay. Fuck, where was it? Where were we? Right. I've gone down a little bit. No, I see any areas of a second door around here. Yeah, people said that they think this is Carnivia. And Celestia is directly above it. But I hope it's the Sumeru expansion. Because that's a chunky expansion. It could be both. You could have Sumeru on the surface and like Carnivia below it. Because it's weird. In the chasm, there's the upside down city in chasm. I don't know what that was, but it's something. Surely. Alright, new shit just got made. My entire personality is just spouting references, I'm so sorry. Nope. It might be good to stop playing now. Quite frankly, again, I do want to go eat. I probably don't have time to stream Starway anymore.
We're way behind. No touching.
It's unfortunate. I have Dead Space installed, the Dead Space remake. Because I put up on my Instagram, I said, which game should I play?
There's nothing wrong with
And Dead
reaping a
Space
reward
was
every now
tied
and then.
with God of War for most votes, whereas God of War is like the game I'm least excited for out of all the games I have. Whereas Dead Space is the second most excited. So since people said Dead Space, I was like, oh, I'll do Dead Space then. And then after Dead Space, I'll do Final Fantasy. And then after that, I would do... maybe God of War. And then after God of War, Miles Morales. Well, I'm thinking I'd play Miles Morales like in the summer. I want to take a little break from Spider-Man. Primarily because, I mean, part of the fun of Spider-Man is just taking a piss out of how
Next
shit
on
the
the
games are. At times, I think there's extreme talent in the games. I think there's also extremely funny dog shit moments. Oh, the perfect thing to talk about, the stupid shit that Xbox is doing. Xbox wants to, first of all, they want to end physical media, bad, really, really bad, for reasons better explained by someone else. You know, because I'm fucking incoherent when I talk about shit like that.
I see everything.
But yeah, physical media needs to be
Emerge. Right
preserved.
here. Right now.
Or like, when something is only digital, that gives developers or publishers
Access denied.
the right to do whatever the fuck they want with it. Such as, I don't know, put everything into a content vault,
Right now.
and then make up some bullshit excuses to do that, and then resell the content back to you years later for twice the price it originally was, and then have fucking idiots defend it because they're idiots, and because you pay them, and because they rely on you because they're YouTubers, so they get paid to make videos about your game. So as long as your game is popular, they have a livelihood, and so you have a mutual benefit.
There's nothing wrong with
I'm not
reaping a
referring
reward
to
every now
any
and then.
real life examples here. just so satisfying.
There's nothing wrong with reaping a reward every now and then.
Too quick, too easy. Yeah, so also, of course, physical media can't be taken away from you. Like the Transformers games.
No touching.
They're awesome. The old, like, War for Cybertron,
Emerge.
Fall of
Right now.
Cybertron,
Emerge.
even the way less good Dance Park game. Even that one isn't awful. All of those are like removed from the internet now. Transformers Devastation as well. You can't get them.
Beautiful treasures are a cause
You can only
for
have
great
them if you have
happiness.
physical copies of a game, I think. Also, Amori. Amori is gone from Xbox and PlayStation, I think.
Next on the agenda,
Because of fucking Twitter not
we're
understanding
way behind schedule.
the definition of a word. Which is pretty funny. But also pretty sad. To remember correctly, the reason why that happened was that I'm not going to say the word because I'm scared YouTube bot will pick it up and then ban me or something. But developer of Developer of Amori made a shirt with a word on it, and that word is related to another word which has a negative meaning. And Twitter was like, well, we don't know the difference between these two words. One of them is totally fine, and the other one is not
Next
great.
on the agenda,
Very even it's not inherently bad. It's not like a bad word. It's not like the N word. It's not like a word which is bad to say. Even though the N word isn't necessarily inherently bad to say, because, you know, who uses it? It's not bad for them to use it. But again, it's like the context we use it in. So this word is very, very bad when used in certain contexts. But the actual word which is on the shirt was totally fine. But Twitter doesn't understand that, so they got Omocat cancelled, and then they pulled Amori from PlayStation Xbox. From what I understand.
access denied.
So yeah, physical media needs to be preserved.
Right now.
But the other thing Xbox is doing is it seems they want to give up on the console wars. They want to admit defeat PlayStation. Which is quite frankly stupid. Though I do feel like they gave up with the Series X release anyway.
Right now.
To be
Right
honest.
here.
Because for some reason they made the Series X just a worse console than the Xbox One. Or at least for me. They made it hit infancy verse. For some reason the Series X can only hit game clips up to,
Emerge. Right now.
what is
Right
it,
here.
3 minutes long? And so it's just made
Uphill battle.
anyone that gives any kind of a shit about game clips just can't use the Series X for game clips. It kind of feels like shit.
Let's move out.
Well, I know I'm a niche in that way, but the problem is, the thing which makes it shit to me isn't that it's not there, it's that it's a downgrade from an Xbox One. Which is just ridiculous.
Beautiful treasures are a
But yeah,
cause for
Xbox,
great
it sounds like
happiness.
they don't care about their consoles anymore. They want to get rid of exclusives and sell exclusives to PlayStation now. Which some people are like, oh, I watched Young Year's video about it. Apparently some Xbox loyalists are riled up. Of course, some loyalists no one's ever heard of. The thing I'm more concerned about is PlayStation a monopoly. So let's not pretend that Nintendo is competing with PlayStation. Nintendo does not compete with PlayStation. Nintendo doesn't compete with Xbox and PlayStation. Nintendo is an alternative. The competition isn't between Nintendo, PlayStation and Xbox, it's between PlayStation and Xbox, and Nintendo's just on the sides. It knows Nintendo will always get sales, except for Wii U. Nintendo just don't care about debate because everyone knows fucking Mario and Zelda are fire and they're never coming to other consoles. So Nintendo will just always sell. They don't care about competition. But PlayStation versus Xbox, on the other hand, if Xbox gives up, PlayStation has a monopoly. And PlayStation is doing some fucking awful things recently. Given the chance, they'll do even worse things. They've already increased the fucking prices of their games by 40%. They've already increased the price of their subscription service by like fucking also 40%. They're already just fucking shitty attitude in everything. It's fucking Sony. They already tried to fucking sue Microsoft for being a business that exists. Was it a sue? What was it? They tried to block the fucking acquisition.
Everyone hold in! No touching! Allow me!
Right now. Emerge.
But PlayStation's doing a lot of dodgy shit. If Microsoft gives up on their consoles, and the thing is, if they give PlayStation the exclusives, PlayStation wins. That's it. Because PlayStation already has an edge over exclusives.
We're way behind schedule.
Xbox Series X has better hardware, but no one cares about that. The cult of Sony is simply too powerful. If Xbox gives up their remaining exclusives, they lose, and the competition is no longer there. And so then PlayStation will have a monopoly, and the gaming industry will fucking explode. It will die, like, immediately, as far as I'm concerned. But that is fucking scary if that happens to me. Like, I legitimately think that is video game crash levels of bad. We cannot let that happen. And that's the thing, at this point I would say Xbox needs to stay, not because Xbox are good. I don't think either of them are good. I don't think any of the big three are good at the moment. I think they're all pretty fucking bad. But I think that Nintendo, it doesn't matter because they're Nintendo, they're not in the debate, like I just said. But Xbox, if Xbox goes, PlayStation has a monopoly and everyone loses. But the cult of Sony just doesn't care, because for some reason Sony's just built up a fucking cult-like view of itself in its fans, but they just don't care. They're willing to let Sony just have a monopoly, and then accuse Microsoft of going for a monopoly. It's ridiculous. So I'm really scared about that. It's really, really worrying, and it does feel like a bit of like shit, because I got my Xbox again for 500 quid. Not only is it going to turn out a bunch of excuses going to be on here, potentially, not only is the shipping on it worse, not only does it have its own separate subscription model, Game Pass, but also Warframe cross-save means I don't even need it to play Warframe anymore.
I see everything.
No. Oh no, I didn't.
Hold the line. Hey! We're way behind schedule. Yeah!
Sometimes it is feeling like Nida's damage numbers are lower than they were before on her skill. I'm not sure actually. I mean, the bloom damage should definitely be more than making up for it, but it
Everyone
is
hold hands!
slightly concerning me now.
Born of ice and frost. Allow me!
Right now. Emerge. Right here.
Fucking missed. Why does it sound like they're saying Gotham? I can't pretend I know what's happening. A ley line. Sure.
Hey! No touching! Rest and rebuild!
Right now. Emerge. Right now.
Okay.
A sight to behold.
Born of ice and frost. This is long
I
overdue.
finished it.
Emerge. Right here. Emerge.
Allow me!
Right here. Emerge.
Access denied.
Was there supposed to be more to that fight? There's like that big wall of text, but I don't feel like any of that mattered. Are you not the boss which is on the map? I haven't fought that boss yet. Where the fuck can I donate my fucking thingies to get wishes? But I do read the text, I don't just like ignore it. I read like the first line of it, I'm like, alright, cool, skip. Because I have a very basic understanding. And something about humanity being worth it, or something like that, I don't know. Cool. Do I have a question? Oh. Does it actually change anything about Genuvel? Or is it just going to be exactly the same now? Oh no. Bye bye, fish. You look cool. Yes. I am sure we will meet again. I think the air looks a little bit cleaner. Well, there's not a lot of exploration to do. 41% already. Ooh.
No touching! Everyone hold hands! Right here. Emerge. Right now.
Hello.
Beautiful treasures are a cause for great happiness.
Oh, we can do thingy-mabobber. Where's my mint? Just shove them in. Right, and the way I do this is...
Accessed enough. Rest, leave it. Grow, right here.
I don't know if it matters at all, but this is how I do it. And I always use this team as well. Nice. We got quite a lot. Just a really nice variety of things. Okay, seems like we can find more of these fuckers and maybe do something.
I see everything. No touching. Allow me. Emerge right now. There's nothing wrong with reaping a reward every now and then.
It was one of the lines. This is suspicious. No, there's something to dig up on that island. Fuck off, game. Fuck you. Mint.
We're way behind schedule.
Is that something? %. What? We literally opened 2 chests. So 2 chests, what's 5% exploration? We haven't checked around this other side. That didn't really help me at all. Is that it? Oh, it's... oh.
We're way behind schedule.
Well, ain't that cute? Genshin really loves this aesthetic of like a fucking thing with just like loads of floating fragments around frozen in time, isn't it? We've done this aesthetic like 50 million times. Luxurious gesture, huh?
Perhaps
Oil
whoever
me
left
game.
these behind was
Challenge here and
also
challenge down
fulfilling
there.
a contract.
Wait, we're getting a lot of artifacts out of this actually. Oh, not so much as I thought. Look at Genshin using the fucking space versatilely. Yeah, fucked up that sentence.
There's nothing wrong with reaping a reward every
For
now and then.
uni, by the end of March, I have to make an escape room or a walking simulator. I have to make an online browser game. And I have to make a much shorter digital project. A digital project nonetheless. Is that a targeting challenge? No, it's one of those. Hmm? So yeah, when do I get the thing? Thingy-bobber. If I can donate the thing I just got to and get wishes. I'm feeling like I'm really close to the end of both this quest and also like exploring these places, so I feel like I might as well just go through this. Then fuck it, don't stream Star Rail.
There's nothing wrong with reaping a reward every now and then.
whoever left these behind was also fulfilling a contract.
Can't wait for some hydro slimes to jump scare me on this chest. Never mind, just loads of chest. Is Skirk gonna be playable? That'd be cool. She does look like a Star Rail character. I like Star Rail, but Genshin has a way better character design. Genshin really well understands what less is more. All of the character designs in Star Rail are so fucking hyper detailed, kind of, in a way which kind of makes them not iconic. It's very hard for me to explain, but I imagine a more qualified artist could explain it.
There's nothing wrong with reaping a
Or
reward
they might
every
tell me I'm
now
wrong,
and then.
but this is what I think. A more detailed design gives you kind of more to remember about it. It makes it harder to remember, whereas you want to go for more signature details.
There's nothing wrong with reaping a reward every now and then.
Like Garnyu's original design. You very much grow to associate Garnyu with the colour of white. That's the other thing, of course, you want to link it to a character's personality, their lore, and their kit as well, if possible. Whereas I don't think Star Wars does that. At most, it's like, oh, this character is a pyro character, so let's give them red hair. That's about as far as it goes.
There's nothing
Yeah,
wrong
that's
with
another
reaping a
thing.
reward every now and then.
Made me give Genshin a chance, is seeing the character designs. I was like, wow, these are really good character designs. Especially impressive again for like, fucking how much time I had to pump out these designs. Alright, there's one for you like down here, wasn't there? The tutorial for these things was really confusing. The tutorial for these, yeah, was bad. I didn't get them at first.
Next on the agenda,
I like that one. You actually have to do
beautiful
movement.
treasures are a cause for great happiness.
Did I... There's one there. And one there.
Horn of ice and
Uh-oh.
Hold the line.
emerge right here.
So close. Hello.
Rest and rebuild.
Good day. Definitely feels like they're building for something. Ooh. You little fucker. Don't hide from me. Who the fuck plays this these? When playing Destiny 1, I always liked the explanation that it was this Exo Stranger placing chests.
Perhaps whoever left these behind was also fulfilling a contract.
So that's an explanation which actually like would make sense in universe for a lot of reasons. You could say that the reason why you have to do shit to get the chests is to prove that that's like a timeline that's worth looking at. That's suspicious. Oh, it was we were here before. Yeah, this one I ignored because it just took us straight there. I'm actually running low on the mech, the ruin guards materials. I'd really like some more of them in the Overwatch, please. What the fuck are you doing? Why the fucking elemental totems here?
Right now.
Don't see
Right here.
elemental totems a lot anymore, it feels like. Oh, we just got a bunch of hydro. Right, the alignment. Marketing strat. Xingqiu really does look dope as fuck.
Treasure.
Hello.
Stabilize.
It's a lot of you. Kutal can handle this. No power infusion needed.
Solidify.
Busted. Gotcha.
Oh. I'm pretty close to the next adventure rank. Oh, just like by the end of this week I should have it. You get like 2,000 a day from resin and dailies. Wow, we got a lot of exploration to go still. Votive range aid in Carp's Vest. Votive range aid in Carp's Vest. That's clearly the thing I'm looking for. I don't see a place called Carp's Rest. Fucking hell. Yeah, I would really like to know what that is, because it's bugging me. I want it. Give it to me. Again, I'm really tempted to pull for Jingyun. I probably will when she gets her rerun, but not now.
There's nothing wrong with reaping a reward every
Right,
now
that
and
one
then.
gave a chest.
Next on the agenda.
83. Is that another wish? Yes. It's been in all this time. I mean, it's been 3 hours of 3 wishes. Which isn't actually great. But I would say it sounds worse than it is. again, just over here. I think there's more stuff over here. So I think I've been all over that side. I can double check. Nice chest. But yeah, I just want to clear out this island and then we'll go finish the quest. There's a bunch of shit around here, around the outskirts. It's going to occupy me for a while.
Hold the line! Emerge! Right now. Right here.
What? Love that.
Next on the agenda, perhaps whoever left these behind was also fulfilling a contract.
I also like how, ever since Inazuma, they've been continually getting better and better at making various grapple points, basically, might as well call them. I actually kind of like the resurrection of them. Some people say, oh, we should just make them all be the same. No, I actually think they should be more unique to give each nation a different kind of identity. They're all good.
Hey!
There's no end to this.
Another
Who am I? What?
Born of ice and frost.
Rest and rebuild! Emerge! Right now. Right here.
What? What?
That futile? Picked the wrong test subject.
Okay.
Next on the agenda,
Oh, one of the keys.
beautiful
Well,
treasures are a cause for great happiness.
I love that you can actually just glide straight to Fontaine from here. Where? Excuse me? This has happened a couple times now. Where? Oh. We didn't make that.
Perhaps whoever left these behind was also fulfilling a contract.
I would love to have a discussion about difficulty in video games, and I personally think you don't need difficulty, all you need is the illusion of difficulty. I like to draw a distinction between difficulty and challenge. Difficulty is how much health the boss has, whereas challenge is the strategy. Challenge is the thing people like. Difficulty is tediousness. I think the best design approach is to have the illusion of difficulty and challenge. Typically you get the illusion of difficulty via challenge. I think.
There's nothing wrong with reaping a reward every now and then.
This way through. Everyone hold in. Hold the line.
Might want to rethink your life decision. $93. Right, let's check the other side of this mountain. There's probably like something here. No, I've been here already. What the fuck is that? No, that's one of the jumpy jumps. Yeah, I've already been all over this. Bro, this is suspicious. Right, so there's like one, maybe two chests which is just hiding from me. That's fine. In fact, let's put us down here. Drop a compass. Nothing, okay. Try interacting with this fella. Nothing, just telling us to cook. There's a symbol on the ground there. There are these things leading downwards. The only thing they could be leading to is this ball. Is this a plot significant ball? No. It's just looking towards
We're way
Fontaine.
behind schedule.
There's 3 geezers here. This really looks like something. There's a symbol on the floor here. There's 3 geezers. There's an option to hit. The sun begins to descend. Alright, this is sunrise. Alright, so now let's skip to sunset and see if something happens.
It's so nice to de-stress.
Wait until afternoon, just so. I've waited until afternoon. The third guy doesn't have an interact. I don't feel like we're missing one of them because that guy's right there. The sun begins to descend in the sky adorned with. It begins to descend. Begins to descend adorned with. Why is there one of you there? And there's something shiny up here now. Reroute payment quest.
We're way behind schedule.
Okay, I didn't quite get this. Mark it on the map. Could it be some kind of shadow alignment? It was! Oh my god!
Perhaps
So they have to wait
whoever
for the
left these
shadow to be
behind
like
was
lined
also
up and then
fulfilling a
press it.
contract.
Oh my god. I actually got that. Kind of. I think it seems like the timing didn't need to be exact. It gave me like a couple of seconds leeway either way. It seems. Or maybe I was late behind that. But I was right, it was a shadow. Cool. Flipped that to flex. That's good puzzle. Good puzzle. I actually figured that out. Alright. Quest. I should also do Cloud Between's story quest at some point. Some people said it's good. I'm sorry, woman, I just hate your eye model. I don't know why our eye model exists. Quite frankly, I think it makes you look stupid. My back hurts. Oh god. Man, something I'd love to see in a region is like a region where one other region moved in. Like, what if we had a part of Mondstadt which is filled with fontaine houses? Actually, like adapted. That's you have just more shit in Mondstadt, because again, Mondstadt is not a place. There's like 5 people that fucking live there. I don't believe you. It's not a fucking kingdom. It's not even a village. There's like 5 people there. The fucking housing crisis is way too bad. God, I love treasure compasses.
Beautiful treasures are a cause for great happiness.
Yes, they are, can't you?
Huh?
You know, I can maybe do a little bit of strong boxing, you know, just a little bit of strong boxing. It might help. I just refuse to. Like, if I have an artifact which is almost good, I keep it. I know I shouldn't, but my brain, again, it just doesn't let me.
Next on the agenda.
Like how in any horror game I have to hoard all of the resources. If I don't collect every single resource and kill every single enemy, I can't play the game. I can't. This is why I will never get like an A rank in Resident Evil 2. Or Resident Evil 4. I just can't do it. It's simply, I just don't find it fun. We've been on an adventure. There have been a couple times I've looked at Garnu and thought, oh, I didn't realise I had 3 in my party.
There's nothing wrong with reaping a reward every now and
I
then.
really would have thought that quest was going to lead us to the thing. Okay, we haven't been into this cave. I want to check this out real quick, because I want to find this thing. Yeah, right here goes straight under. Have we been in it? Oh fuck, we have, haven't we? Yeah, it's that. Oh fuck. Oh, chest. Okay, that's the challenge over there. I think I'll do that and then log off. Ah, my eyes are hung.
Hey! Right now. Right here.
This
Beautiful
team, it
treasures are
feels like
cause
it's
for
a
great
like a
happiness.
60-40 split. But it feels like each team member contributes like 25% of damage. But I think it's technically Yaimiko doing the most. Because Yaimiko is doing both the Hyper Blooms and her personal damage. So I think Yaimiko is a team member
We're
with
way
the most
behind
damage
schedule.
output here. But other than her, I think everyone else is like a quarter. They all do about the same. Well, not Kokomi. Kokomi is definitely doing less than Garnu. Garnu is like 30k a shot. And Nahida is also less than Garnu. Nahida's skill hits a little bit less often than Garnu's arrows will. And it hits for a little bit less damage, I think. Oh, now we're down here. I love how natural that transition is. We're just here now. Hello.
No touching!
Everyone hold it!
That
Right now.
doesn't make much sense,
Right
does it?
here.
Fuck, there's that challenge. Can't ignore it. So yeah, how many of these things do I have? 33. That feels like a lot. Got pretty good exploration percent, I think, now. Where was that challenge?
There's nothing wrong with reaping a reward every now.
690. That's a lot more. That's over 500,000. I'm googling it.
Should we really be off work this early? There is still a lot left to do.
Can you, what was it called? Votive Range Aid. 50. There's 50 spirit cards. I got 33. Oh.
If you lie on the grass, you can feel the heartbeat of the world.
Your exploration in this area, you probably already encountered this items called spirit card. We can say is accuracy of this new area. So after completing the last act 3 of the Mordecai's chain, you have to advance the time in game by 1 day, at least 1 day. So let's just do it. Let's do 1 day and a half. Okay, here we go. Come back at this teleport waypoint. So teleport here, and as you can see, the quest name is called so long name. Come to this location and talk to Liyuan. Why are you over here? Because I can't get in.
There it is. Okay, never mind, let's just go do it. Okay, I actually like that. That's fairly natural. I just wasn't expecting it. Alright.
Next on the agenda.
But see, Genshin, that's good dialogue writing, kind of. Because you actually vote the character to have different terms of phrase relating to how they are as a person. Nothing
Next on the
pisses me off
agenda.
more than like a game where every single character talks the same way, like in Suicide Squad. Every single
We're way
character in that
behind
game is just
schedule.
the same person, just with a different flesh suit on. It's so annoying. How exactly? We end where we began.
We're way behind schedule.
This is where we were dragged the moment we first stepped foot in Shenyuvel.
We're way behind schedule.
just a shame that they don't give these characters voice acting when it would actually be interesting for it. I'm not asking for every single NPC in the game to have voice acting. That would be way too much work. But quest characters probably should. Let's fucking go. Didn't even have to finish the guide. Oh, almost there. Oh. Prosperity. Diligence is good. I need diligence for Zhangling. Challenge 72 now. Yep. I can get those on Friday. Let's go ahead and gamble with. Oh, that's cute. It wouldn't have been funny if I got a 5-star there. That would have been a really funny game. Maybe we should do that next time.
We're way behind schedule.
Alright, well that's that. Jolly good. That was the last thing I said I wanted to do. Pretty lucrative couple hours of gaming.
This realm is...
Speaking of gaming, I didn't pick him up from Lantern Light just because right now I desire power. And also like, I don't have resources to invest in him, and I don't have any reason to invest in him, so I already have Hu Tao, who is better, and is already fully invested.
If you ever had...
There's no reason for me to get him. No new dialogue? Shivers? No. So disappointing. If I put Garnu down, will she be in her new outfit?
This realm...
Oh, now it shows her friendship level here. That's very nice. Seems like she will be in it. She is. Lovely. I haven't heard your voice lines in the bar, actually. Let's listen to it.
Hello. If you have any outstanding work, feel free to delegate it to me. I think it's beautiful here. It must have been quite an undertaking to decorate such a large space. Thank you for all your efforts. In my spare time, I particularly enjoy taking strolls outside. It's so quiet and peaceful. Even at midday, it's perfectly safe to take a nap. Agreed. So I really do like it here. Anyway, thanks so much, once again. Hello. If you have any outstanding work... Where are you off to today? Is it far? My schedule is actually free right now. Whether it's an ad hoc assignment or any other task, I'm free to assist. Oh, I forgot to say, good morning. Hello. If you have any... Sure, but I may not be able to offer any practical advice if our topic of discussion is not work-related. Oh, alright. You know, I used to agonize a lot over whether to try and integrate into human society. When our workload is light, my coworkers sometimes organize social events, but my strict vegetarian diet is completely different from everyone else's. And I don't really share their interest in shopping or lively forms of entertainment. Sometimes they can be quite critical. People say that my whole mindset is just fundamentally different from an ordinary person's. But what can I do? It's hard to change your habits when they've been that way for thousands of years. Then it would only be proper for me to offer you something in return. Shall I take you out? For a meal? In a restaurant? Okay. Duly noted. Hello. If you have any I thought maybe we could plant some flowers together. Or some other plants, like vegetables. That's because I've always feared I wouldn't be able to control my appetite, and that I'd end up eating all the vegetables I grew in one sitting. But I'm sure that if I grow them together with you, I'll definitely be able to control myself. No, you don't understand. I put on weight very easily, and if my appearance changed, then perhaps... I mean, the way people see me, well, the way you see me. Oh, still, I think it would be best to share them with you. You know, first rule of gardening, grow together, eat together. Anyway, I'll go, fetch some seeds. I'll make sure they're the very best.
Best character. Let's switch it back.
This realm...
I just wish she worked better with Cloud Retainer. But it being so, why don't they make it? It'd be such an easy change. No one would complain about it. Literally just make it so that whenever she does a plunge attack, she fires a cross-like arrow at her feet. That's all you need to do. Like right there, just make it so that it would fire an arrow right there. No one complained about that. And it would make a combo of Cloud Retainer. And then you can run her Cloud Retainer, Garnuch, and her Cloud Retainer. No, it would be Healer in second slot. So Garnuch, Cloud Retainer, Shenhe, and Rena. It would be Shenhe in last slot, actually. Like, that would be an awesome team to run. I would fucking love that. I would love to do that. And if that was a thing, I actually would pull Janyan. I would. I probably would. To make that team happen. But it's not, so I won't. And also, of course, bow characters can't get cryo elemental infusions. So it's not even like close to anything like that happening. So, yeah. Just more broken dreams.